Knocked loose. Cavaliers get possession. LeVert here against Harden. A shot at the buzzer. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete, and the 76ers have to be feeling good. The Cavaliers start with the basketball here in the 4th quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
They're set to jump it up to see who gets possession. Sixers control it. Harris. Nice pass to set things up.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Harden with the basketball. The lead is 11. Mitchell. That no good. Off the mark.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
James Harden at the controls. That pass stolen by the Cavs.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Harden in possession. Lead stands at 7. To Millsap. Here's Harden, down low. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. The free throw good. Cashes in on the 3-point play. The lead now stands at 10. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Philadelphia with the basketball. To Harden. Here's Rubio up top. Down 8. And he finishes at the rim.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Jarrett Allen with a piece.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Tobias Harris. Now pass taken away by Cleveland. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Donovan Mitchell trying to cash in on a three-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Free throw is good to cap off the three-point play, and the lead is down to 3. To Millsap. Jared Allen, huge block.
Just incredible timing on that swap.
To Millsap. To Tobias Harris. Here's a chance from long range. Had to rush that one, and it's no good. The follow won't go either. To Rubio. Goes to the right side. Love for 2. Count it for Kevin Love.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
To Tobias Harris. Pass stolen by the Cavs. Working hard on the glass around the perimeter. Here comes the screen. Can't slam it down. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell. Substitution being made in this one. It's James Harden once again to P.J. Tucker. To Harden. Karis LeVert snatching it out of the air.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Tucker. That pass stolen by the Cavs. And scores.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Cavaliers. Tucker. Harden to P.J. Tucker. Jared Allen sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Knocked loose. LeVert matched up with P.J. Tucker. Joel Embiid able to recover with the block. 9 blocks.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Cavs at the controls.
Defense, let's go.
Rubio to Love. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal. Harden. That is great vision to set it up. Almost unlucky bounce.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Lazy pass there, and it's intercepted. Oh, big finish at the rim.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Harden into the front court. His guys now down by a point. And count the basket.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Rubio to Love. Rubio against Tucker. Now a pass stolen by the Sixers. To Harden. Cruises inside for two.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Harden. Now pass taken away by Cleveland. Now a steal by Philly. Knocked loose. Cavs have it. Oh, the slam popped out. Harris to P.J. Tucker. Rubio. To Love. Here comes the screen. To Rubio. Slam dunk. Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll talk things over.
Timeouts. You see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the player's left ear and out. You don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it. He has his team's attention.
Kevin Love swats it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Donovan Mitchell has got 2 shots coming, shooting 75% so far tonight. First one, counted.
Good shot.
2 for 2 on that trip.
Oh, I see you've been working out, huh?
Sixers have the basketball. Nice finish at the rim.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
On your left, here he comes.
Great feed. Goes reverse to lay it in.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Harris to Millsap. Shot from the lane won't go. Kevin Love now 3 for 9.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Knocked loose. Cavs come away with it. Finish that. Sixers control. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Rubio against Harden. Mitchell to the basket, but he can't get it to go. To Harden. Kevin Love with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Rubio. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Donovan Mitchell. To Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. He connects. Sometimes you just have to go out there and make a tough play.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
To Harden. Over to the right side. To Harden. Beyond the arc for three. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Philadelphia with the basketball. To Harden. Surveys the floor. Harden. Pass stolen by the Cavs.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Screen coming. Harden. They get it down to Millsap. Off the assist.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Knocked loose. Harden in possession. His guys down three. Five on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Going to launch beyond the arc. Well defended. Mitchell. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Short jumper off the mark. Here's the call. Intentional foul. Referee all over it.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
Now an intentional foul, and they get it with 9 seconds remaining.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
First one goes down. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Knocked loose. Cavaliers get possession. And an intentional foul here in the closing moments. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a 2-score game.
This is why teammates love him. Yeah, that was an aggressive play, but you're also sending a message, setting the tone. You can't half-step on that.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. The Cavs are victorious as they get a good win on the road. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Cavaliers won this game after a close finish. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The 76ers finished on the losing end of a close score. They did a great job with their ball movement, forcing the defense to constantly make adjustments. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for the win. Check out the leading scores for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Assists.
I was really impressed by the way these teams shared the ball. As you can see in these highlights, The ball movement was spectacular. It can't be said enough. The extra pass can make all of the difference.
Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.